Halo Fitness Mania, saya Joe Pohanfu, biasa disebut kenal dengan nama Joe atau JP. Kali ini saya akan membahas tentang ketakutan seputar puasa. Ya, banyak orang takut dengan puasa dan ada triknya. Ya, takut berpuasa karena bisa lemes, lesu dan tidak berdaya. Ya, banyak orang takut dengan puasa. Kemudian juga takut puasa karena takut kelaparan, sakit lambung dan tubuh bisa menggigil. Ya. Bahkan sampai juga yang para fitness mania takut puasa karena takut ototnya menyusut. Ya. Padahal semuanya ini semua adalah mitos atau semuanya ini tidak terbukti. Ya. Jadi, Dr. Jason Fung telah membahas perihal tentang ketakutan seputar puasa ini, ya, karena metabolisme tubuh justru naik 10% saat berpuasa dan HGH naik 2-3 kali lipat untuk menjaga massa otot kita. Jadi tubuh memiliki mekanisme sehingga terjadi namanya muscle sparing. Ya. Silakan tonton video ini tentang ketakutan seputar puasa yang dijelaskan oleh Dr. Jason Fung. Berikan komentar ya bagi yang belum dijelaskan atau ada yang kurang paham di bawah ini.
There's two main concerns. One is that they're often told that they're going to go into starvation mode, which is something that is this notion that your body is actually going to start shutting down so that you're not burning as many calories. That's actually completely untrue. So if you actually look at the studies and you measure the basal metabolic rate, so that's the number of calories that your body burns, and this is not exercise. This is sort of the amount of calories it takes to generate body heat and for your liver and for your brain and for your kidneys and for your heart and for your lungs to function properly. So that's called the basal metabolic rate. If you take somebody who fasts, and they've done this study many times, so if you check them on day 0, sort of before the fast, and then check them after 4 days of no food, so nothing to eat for 4 days, the basal metabolic rate is actually 10% higher than it was at the beginning of the fast. Your body's not shutting down, it's actually ramping up. And there's a well-known physiologic reason for this, and this is something called the counter-regulatory hormone. So when you don't eat, insulin falls and other hormones go up. And two of the things that tend to go up is one is the sympathetic nervous system, which is the so-called fight or flight response, and second is noradrenaline and adrenaline and cortisol, and they all go up. So all those hormones actually tell your body to start putting glucose into the system, that is pulling that stored food energy back out. And what it does, of course, noradrenaline and activation of the fight or flight response, sympathetic tone, increases the metabolism of the body. So in fact, you're not actually shutting down. What's ironic about it is that the standard advice for people to lose weight, which is cut 500 calories a day or something along those lines, is guaranteed to make your metabolic rate fall. We know that. We have hundreds of studies, we have huge studies with thousands of people. So in essence, they're giving themselves a huge hurdle for weight loss because they're not burning off as much, as opposed to intermittent fasting where you maintain your basal metabolic rate much better. So it's actually quite ironic that the sort of calorie restriction people who know that they get this sort of starvation mode actually attack the fasting when they're actually the ones who do it. The other counter-regulatory hormone that's very important is growth hormone. So growth hormone actually goes way up during a fast. So if you look at, again, a study of growth hormone, if you fast for 1 day, your growth hormone will go up 2 to 3 times. And even up to 5 days, it keeps going up. And it may seem very strange that you're telling your body to grow at a time that you have nothing to eat. And this is part of the whole cycle, which is you go from fed to fasted to refed. So as you refeed, what happens is that as you provide nutrients and so on, that growth hormone tells your body to build new proteins. So you activate a process called autophagy, which breaks down some of the old protein, and because growth hormone is high, it rebuilds new protein, and that's why you actually maintain your lean mass much better with intermittent fasting compared to, say, calorie restriction diets. And the second big concern that people have with fasting is that you're going to burn muscle. Everybody says you're going to burn muscle. And if you don't look at the sort of refeed, the sort of growth period, yeah, you might think that, but it's actually not true. Again, all the studies point out that when you do intermittent fasting, you maintain your lean muscle pretty well.
Semoga bermanfaat. Saya Jo Pohanfu bersama BINARAGA.NET, kami mengajak Anda membangun generasi baru yang lebih cerdas, fit, dan tangguh. Di BINARAGA.NET, kami selalu percaya bahwa setiap orang pasti bisa memiliki tubuh yang ideal dan sehat. Dengan subscribe, like, dan share video ini, Anda turut membantu membangun Indonesia sehat dan kuat. Salam jelas fitness, saya JP.